Hello, how's it going? Cubics are here as a completely free-to-play fun deck. I'm going to begin by talking about how competitive I think this deck is and why. Then I will be explaining the decks. I'm going to be showing you 4 different versions of Cubics. Then after that there will be gameplay for each of these decks. I'm really enjoying playing this deck and other people are too. But is it competitive? No, but it could have been. And maybe it will be in the future. The reason why Cubic is not a competitive deck is because the 2 best skills for supporting a pure Cubic deck come with restrictions that drag the deck's potential down by quite a lot. Currently, in the non-Japanese versions of the game, Dimension Summon and Cubic Seeds both say that all of your monsters need to be cubics. This does not sound too bad. There is a lot of spell and traps to play. Unfortunately, this is a mistranslation. Dimension Summon and Cubic Seeds need every card in your deck to be cubic. This is a massive hindrance for a number of reasons. The current selection of cubic cards gives us a deck which is extremely weak to back row. That's a huge issue because the 2 best cubic skills don't allow you to play any cards that help with fighting traps. Cubics also struggle a lot when handling large monsters. If said large monster is backed up by a strong defense, or has a built-in defense of its own, then Cubics most of the time will open that menu and press that big red button. This would happen a lot less if these skills allowed you to play spells and traps which were not Cubics. The obvious solution would be to not use either of these skills. This can be done, and in doing so it actually does make the deck more competitive, simply because of how much the restrictions on these skills weigh you down. However, when you are not playing one of these skills, the only cubic you can summon without having to sacrifice another is Doozer. So to still make the deck function, you need to mix it with something else. I think the 2 best engines to mix it with is Light Swan or Invoked, because there is a searchable fire monster in Blade Garudia. The graveyard effects of Karma and Dharma let you play discard traps and the Light Swan engine. But these decks are nothing like pure cubics, so if you are looking for a more fun cubic deck, then you will probably be more interested in these 2 decks, especially if you don't want to spend any gems or money. Between Dimension Summon and Cubic Seeds, I prefer Dimension Summon. Because of how fragile this deck is, it needs to get on the aggressive quite early. If you can get in some damage quite early on, then you can burn the rest of them with Gyra and Indiora. The cards I recommend playing 3 of in both of these builds are Doozer, Gyra, Dharma and Karma. Using 3 Doozer, Dharma and Karma is to boost the deck's consistency. Using 3 Gyra is so that you can resort to having burn damage as a win condition if you need to. In the Dimension Summon build, I do strongly recommend playing 3 Buster Gundy. It can be Dimension Summoned, and then it can attack 3 times with 2000 attack. In the Cubic Seeds build, I only play 1 because I would rather search it than draw it. I'm using 2 Indiora in both builds because it has a nice effect and drawing it is not too bad. Blade Garudia is decent. In the Dimension Summon build, it is a 1500 attack monster that can attack twice, and it has a usable effect with Cubic Seeds. Mandala is not a good card, but you can sometimes cheese wins with it. Dark Garnix is bad and situational, but is worth using because it is searchable.
Get you one more time.